Hi everybody, I thought I'd share this video with all of you from my recent trip to Japan. For a long time I've been enamored by the art of tattoos. I grew up with them, my dad and brother had them, even at a time when tattoos were illegal in New York City. To me, there's something alluring about tattoos. This idea of permanent art that you'll always carry with you. I want to say, probably about 10 years ago, I first saw the Tebori style of tattooing on an episode of Miami Ink, where Shinji Horizakura tattooed a frog on Ami James. Right there and there, I knew this was something I wanted to do. Tattoos in Japan have a mixed history. They were first used as identifiers for criminals, and the more elaborate designs that we know of today came about so commoners can have something similar to the intricate kimonos worn only by nobles. This was the early stages of Irizumi. As time went on, criminals would start to get these tattoos done to hide the previous ones given to them for their crimes. This is what attributed to the more negative association of tattoos in Japan. Tebori is a hand-poked method of tattooing used for over hundreds of years in Japan. Back in the day, the entire tattoo was done in this process. Today, most artists prefer to use a machine for at least the outline because it's quicker and it provides straighter lines. In these more modern times, the needles are tied to a metal rod as opposed to a bamboo stick for safety and health reasons that is easier to clean and sterilize. Here, I'm being tattooed by Akira, or Horiyamato, of the Horitoshi family in Ikebukuro, Tokyo, Japan. This is done in 4 parts. We started with the line work, which was first done with a regular tattoo machine, followed by blacks, shading, and then colors, all done in hand-poked Tebori. He was super fast. Akira used probably more than 8 different colors and was able to cover a tattoo of this size in only 3 hours. Now, to cover some frequently asked questions I'm pretty sure you all have, like, does it hurt? Of course it's going to hurt. All tattoos hurt. How much it hurts is always going to be different depending on where you get it, and every person's pain threshold is going to be different. Now, does hand-poke tattoos hurt more than a regular machine? In my opinion, Tebori hurts less. My friend who came with me even fell asleep while he was getting his done. However, toward the end of the 3rd hour, it started to hurt a whole lot. You can probably even see me biting my hand at the end of the video to distract myself in the pain. Also, I feel that Tebori takes a lot longer to heal. I don't know if it was the ink used or the poking method, but I feel like it took a little over 2 months to completely heal. While getting tattooed, you could clearly hear the plucking of the needle going in and out of my skin. But I didn't mind. It was very rhythmic. I actually find it quite soothing. In a bit, if you listen, you could hear it for yourself. Finding an artist was harder than I thought, but social media was a huge help. I basically went to Instagram and searched hashtag Tebori. With that, I was able to see thousands of photos and follow any of the artists that I liked. After deciding on a few, I sent them all the same direct message or email. I'm going to be in Tokyo for a week. While there, I'm looking to get a traditional Japanese tattoo in the Tebori style on my leg, about 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters big. Out of about 10 artists, maybe only 4 replied back, and of that, 3 of them only replied to tell me that they won't be in Tokyo while I'm there. The final artist I had a little back and forward with. He even picked the basic design. I personally didn't have a real preference on the image. This was more for the experience to me. All I said was 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters and maybe an animal, but I was still pretty open because I wanted this to be a fun experience for the artist. Because how often do they get a blank canvas where they just get to do something that they really want? After a few emails about what to get, how long it would be, and how much he charged, he just stopped replying when I sent him an email about a specific date. Now I was back to square one with no artist, because after about a week I sent another email and still no reply. I guess he was out. I don't know if I did anything to offend him or if there was some kind of language barrier, but I knew I only had a few weeks left before my trip with no appointment lined up, and not for nothing, this was about 80% of my reason to go to Japan. So I went back to social media and started to be more aggressive. I would leave comments on American artist photos asking if they can recommend anybody to me in the Tokyo area. I found one artist I liked, Horimomo, who didn't reply to my direct message at first, but I saw he comes to New York City a few times and thought this guy would be perfect. Wanted to get something bigger I could start in Japan and maybe finish up when he comes back to New York. So I tracked down the shop that he goes to when he's in New York City to see if they could give me an email or something to contact him directly. This led me to Invisible New York City, featuring fellow Miami Ink artist Chris Carver. Now, let me say, this was a really cool shop to visit. It's tucked away in downtown Manhattan, especially if you're looking to get some Japanese work done. Some of the people working there told me that Horimomo was going to be in New York City when I arrived in Japan. But they did direct me to his master, Horikyo, and even Horitoshi himself. I didn't even think to consider this. Asking the master himself, I just assumed he would be booked for months in advance. Sadly, Horitoshi was going to be attending a tattoo convention in Vegas when I'm in Japan, so he directed me to one of his apprentices, Horiyamato, and I couldn't be happier. Akira was great, he responded really quickly, and we were able to get everything set up fairly quickly. He was even able to help my friend get a tattoo by Hori-shun. I'm going to put all the information in the description box below if anyone wants to contact them. Now, we're all set. I've got my artist picked out, my tickets booked. It's time to fly to Japan for 18 hours, which will be my first international trip ever. Now, while I was going to Japan, I braced myself for what might be some unwelcome attention, because all of the research I did beforehand told me that Japan wouldn't be very welcoming to people with tattoos such as myself. But while I was there, I don't think anyone treated me any worse for showing off my ink. Everyone there was super nice, very polite to me and my friends while there. Though I did stay in a capsule hotel my first night where they had a sign reading "No tattoos." But I just kept my sweater on, got in my pod, and went to sleep. While there, I think I only saw maybe one person with tattoos, except for foreigners and the tattoo artists. Now, this is something I want to keep on doing. I want to keep traveling to different countries and get little souvenir tattoos. I want to give every artist I can find in each different country the same guidelines. Just 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and maybe an animal. Just keep it all on my leg, and just build up a nice collection. Though I do really want to go back to Japan, and yes, of course, get more. Maybe get some background work done after I've traveled to other places and gotten some other things done to just kind of fill everything up to make a whole leg sleeve. Not sure what the correct term is, but you know what I mean. Hopefully that process would be a lot easier in places like Europe or South America, because now I'm not looking for a specific type of tattoo to be done in a specific way. And also, I don't know if it was true, but then again, looking through my research, it said that also the tattoo artists themselves aren't big on taking in foreigners. But the Horitoshi family was very nice to me, welcoming in and doing this for me, and I really appreciate it. One of the other reasons I wanted to do this type of video was because I've also searched YouTube when I was doing my research, just try and find an artist. And I've noticed no one has a complete start to finish Tebori tattoo being done. There might be some I could not have found, but as far as I know, I think this is the first one. And I wanted everyone to see this process. It's really amazing. No machine, just someone going in there with just natural talent. And it was very interesting, all the stuff he did, all the colors he used to create this cool 3D effect. Like he used brown. I didn't expect him to use that. I was like, hey, you know what? Just do whatever you feel is best. You're the artist. You know what you're doing, and everything turned out great. The tiger tattoo has a few meanings behind it. The tiger is the protector against bad luck, evil spirits, and disease. It also represents strength, courage, and long life. But I just wanted to get something that was cool. I recommend everyone to travel, to experience different cultures, different languages. This was an amazing experience for me, and I can't wait to go back. And I can't wait to see what this travel tattoo adventure of mine is going to take me next. At the end of this video, you can see a picture of the finished tattoo after it healed.